Hey everyone, now we got a new chart which is BTT is suggested one of the traders. Okay, now I want to see how we can look at that. First of all, when I check based on coin market cap, when I look at the rank, I see the 32. Okay, and what I can see here, we have some of the information the traders they can refer to, and since we can see it starts from almost 2019. All right, as we can see, we have been within this move, and this is what we get. Now, want to see how we can trade it. Okay, in this case, we refer to chart trading view. What I can see when we have this kind of the charts, because we don't have there much history, because as I mentioned, it's start almost on when was the first? All right, on February of 2019. Okay, now if you want to analyze, first of all, based on higher time frame like monthly, weekly, even the daily, when I check, we don't have much history. And now it's like when we do the technical analysis, we refer to back and what we have, how the chart have been moving. Then from there, we could make a decision. But anyway, we want to see how we can analyze this. For me, it's the first time I never trade. Now I want to see whether we can get any opportunity to look for trade or not. As we can see, based on monthly chart, we have nothing to refer to. And if I move to weekly, the only thing is we have been within this range, the range of the move, then suddenly we get this. The only thing is I have the first correction and now we're looking for the second one. But technically we have nothing to talk about. And if I move to daily chart, again, similar to what we have here, the only thing is the first time when we get the correction, as we can see, we get the sharp move up and that is within the same days reverse. And we have been within this correction for quite a long time. Okay, but what we have here, the next time when the price broke the previous top, this is what we are in. Whether this correction is going to be quite a long time, similar to what we have here or not, how we can trade it. But what I can see here, when it turned to a correction, the way it's drop is not similar to what we have here. Okay. First thing, if I put these two in relative to each other, MACD doesn't show us anything, but when I refer to another one, I see the divergence. That's why when the price was within this move, I mean here, we could see the reversal. Okay, by the way, based on daily chart, also we have nothing to refer more than this. And if I move to forward chart, this is what we're looking at this. Okay, now I want to see how we can trade it. What I can see here, this is the move we have it, and this is the correction in relative to this. How are we going to look at that? First of all, if we zoom in, as we can see, the price couldn't break based on forward chart, the price broke the previous top. How about if I move to 1 hour chart? But when I check based on a 1 hour chart, I see the price couldn't. All right. We don't need to care about that. Usually we have these things, even if some of the chart, I see these things. By the way, right now, if I want to look at this, either this, I have a three waves here. Okay. No, this is the only flat and this is the start of the up move. I don't think so. Mostly we can expect this correction to be turned to more complex correction. Either the price move a bit higher for one more drop. That means we can look for the internally we can get the flat in relative to what we have. This is the first and last. Okay, what I want to see there for my view, if I want to look for trade, because when we look at it as a based on forward chart, if I want to look for trade setup, I don't see any trade setup to look for. That's why if I get one more drop, either the breakout of this low here, then any reversal we can look for buy, unless I get the trade setup from here. But what I have here, I don't have any proper trade setup. Okay, because the reason we provide this analysis, we want to get the trade setup because we need to know how to manage our trade. Rather than that, jumping into the trade without having a trade setup, then this is not what we're looking for. Okay, that's why I mentioned if I get the trade setup, I will trade. Rather than that, I won't trade it. And as I mentioned, this is the first time I'm analyzing this one. And we need to see how's the movement and how we can look at the chart. All right, and even if we move to 1 hour chart, what I have here is still similar to what I explained based on forward chart. What I get here is not the sharp move. If we had usually we look for the sharp move with the flag or correction, we can look for continuation. But what I have here is a corrective move, and especially with this. That's why I'm thinking if I want to look for buy any down reward, any drop, then from there I will look for buy. And how about the only times I will look for buy, unless I mean the only times I can look for buy if this one turned to a correction for buy. It proved that this one can continue, but right now what I have, it doesn't show me anything, right? I cannot tell me whether there is a continuation or not. And even if the price continue from here, for me personally, I won't buy it because I don't have the trade set up. Okay, if the price continue here, unless this one turn to correct for a few more hours, any sharp move with a flag, maybe we can consider. Rather than that, we don't. All right, unless I see the proper trade setup here. Then if there is a continuation from here, maybe we wait for the breakout of the top, then any trade setup above that we can look for buy. But even this one is not a good idea because we're losing what we have here. Okay, that's why we try to see whether we can get trade set up within this range or not. But the best is if this one give us one more drop, because if we give it one more drop, any reversal from there, easily we can look for buy, we can look for trade. But one thing I realize here, every time we have this kind of the candle, I need to see whether we have on the other charts or not, because if I wanted to trade after we get this down move, okay, this is the first place that we look for buy. And right now, if we want to look at this, how this is what we need to consider. May I move to 15 minutes? We see what we have there. Okay, as we can see, based on 15 minutes, I mean, still we have this sharp move and reversal, and usually technically this one can give us one more drop. Can we say if we get one more drop, then any reversal from there we can look for buy? Also, it can be an option. But right now we don't have any trade set up. We need to see what we will get from here. Even when 11 is on 1 hour chart, when I point on that, see, when we get this move, the price reverse, it gave one move down, correction. The next move down, we could look for buy. That's why if it give us one more drop, maybe we can look for trade setup. Okay. By the way, may I move to other chart? See, check other like Bitfinex. Yeah, we have Sam. And if I move to this thing, all right, I don't have any proper trades. And how about if I check there? Okay, all of the chart is similar. Okay, and now I move to hit BTC. All right, as I mentioned, we don't have the proper trade setup, and the only way we can look for it if I neglect this one and see if we get a correction here similar to what I draw here, then at that time we can have entry above the top of correction. That's mean here if the price start to drop, because we cannot have entry above the stop. Okay, in this case, we just follow the chart. Mostly I prefer, if I want to look for buy, I prefer for one more drop. It proved for the next move. But right now, the way is moving. We cannot get a really good trade setup. Similar to what we have here. The price drop, I get the sharp move flag. This is what we're looking for. If I get this type of the opportunity, at least a sharp move with the flag, similar to what we have here, I will take it and I will expect the next move is a sharp. If it's a corrective, I will take out the trade. That means I will expect these things. What I want to say is this one give me, for example, a drop. If I get any sharp move with the flag, I will take the trade. But what I want is sharp move, not the corrective. We don't have any proper trade setup. The only thing is I will look at this. If I see any trade setup for buy, then I will share. Thanks.